Hello YouTube. In today's video we will be covering how to save SHSH blobs on the Apple TV 2. This is a relatively similar process to the iPhone 4 or iPod Touch 4th generation and other older devices, but in this video we will be covering the Apple TV 2. If you are interested in how to save them for the iPhone 4, I will leave a link in the description covering how to do that. Now today you will need a computer. It can be a Mac or a Windows PC. You need to install a program called iFaith. I will have this linked in the description. You will need a remote. You can use the white polycarbonate remote, or you can use the more standard aluminum remote. Either one doesn't matter. In this video I will be using the aluminum one, and you will also need a micro USB cable to plug into the Apple TV. You do not need a power cable, and you do not need a HDMI cable. Once you install iFaith, you need to make sure you run as an administrator. Now, once you begin, you want to plug in the Apple TV to your computer. And if iTunes does open up, you can simply just exit, because we do not need iTunes for this. Now, the Apple TV will start blinking, and it is detected by the PC. We will be putting it into DFU mode using the remote. You want to click on Dump SHSH Blobs, and we will begin. When this message pops up, you want to click on yes, because this is an Apple TV 2, and the computer will detect the Apple TV, so you want to exit out of iTunes, and you want to press on start once it starts blinking. You will be using the remote to press menu and play at the same time, following the on-screen instructions. This will be putting it into DFU mode, and it will be detected by iFaith. If iTunes does open up again, you do not need to use it. You can simply just exit out of it. But this will begin exploiting it and getting all the blobs from it, similarly like the iPhone 4. Now, you want to do this if you have an Apple TV 2 that's not running the latest OS, because if you are lucky enough to get one, you can always downgrade in the future if you do decide to update. And in my case, mine is running a version of Apple TV 4, I believe. But it will also tell us. It will ask us where to save them. And once you do that, it will be putting it to your local server, and you will have a secure backup of this. Now you want to make sure you place these blobs in a safe space, because if you lose them and you do upgrade, then you will not be able to downgrade. And it's also important to know that if you get another Apple TV and you want to downgrade it, you cannot use these blobs because they are only for this particular device. So if I were to get another Apple TV 2 running iOS 7.1.2, I would not be able to downgrade. I would only be able to downgrade this one because the blobs are for this particular device. It is a relatively easy and quick process to do, and it's always good to have backups. So if you do have a local file server, it's best to make several backups and even save them online, such as emailing them to yourself. If this problem does pop up, you can always click OK. It's not that big of a deal. Mine was running OS 4.3. and it even tells you to save them in a safe space. Now these blobs are definitely helpful, because then you can always downgrade in the future, and that was it. It's not that long of a process to do, and with the older OSs you can always just mess around with them or jailbreak them as you want, but that's pretty much it. So once iFaith does this thing, you can always just exit out of the program and unplug the Apple TV. Now once you do this, you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can update it if you want. You can always have the option to downgrade. So now that you have that covered, you'll be all set. And that's pretty much it. So this has been how to save your SHSH blobs for the Apple TV 2.